What's up, guys? Welcome back to the poker vlog. This is episode number 31, and I'm gonna play day 2 of the main event. I'm here with my pal Cosmo, and I feel like I could be chip leader of this thing by the end of the day, but no one would really care. They just kind of want to hang out with you, buddy. So gotta give the people what they want. Smart, Brad. Very smart. Yeah, well, okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm about to head over to the Rio for day 2 of the main event. It's a really pivotal day. Day 1 was mainly just about survival. I had a very difficult table draw. There were multiple bracelet winners, around 15 million total in career tournament winnings between 4 different players. It was just tough. So I'm coming into day 2 with 54.6 thousand, and I looked at my table draw for today. It seems much softer. There's only one other player that has over 1 million in career winnings. So I don't necessarily have like a strategy, but we'll see how the table plays, and then I'll kind of develop a strategy from there. Day 2 is about to get started. We find our table and unbag our chips. There are a few pros, but as a whole, the table's not nearly as tough as it was in day 1. The first level of the day is level 6. Blinds are 300, 600 with 100 antes. Unfortunately, it doesn't go as well as I'd hoped. I don't win a hand for the first hour and 50 minutes. My stack gets down to below half of what I started with. Then finally I pick up pocket aces just in time and win a decent sized pot. Brutal first level. I think I'm down to like 25k or something like that. Won one hand that whole level with pocket aces, which is good. But I mean, the story of today so far is just I've been either calling or raising pre-flop with pocket pairs and then missing and losing. So got a lot of work to do. Played pretty well with the aces hand. I opened under the gun with aces. Big blind called, flop came 9-5 deuce, rainbow. He checked. I bet 2,000, he called. Turn was a 6. He checked. I bet 3,400, he called. River was a 4, so a 3 makes a straight. He checked, I bet 5,000, he called, I won. That got my stack to like 35,000. Then the last hand of the level, I had pocket 8s on the button. Fold to me, I opened to 1,700. Big blind called, flop came queen 6 with 2 hearts. He checked, I bet 1,000, he called. Turn was a deuce of hearts. He checked, I bet 3,000, he called. River was a 9 of hearts, so it was 4 hearts. I had the 8 of hearts. He checked, I checked back, and he won with the ace high flush. He had the ace of hearts and 7 of diamonds, and I just haven't really been getting good runouts. 25k is still plenty of chips, just frustrating to start the day, only winning one hand for the level and losing over half my stack, so got some work to do. During level 7, with blinds at 400, 800, and 100 antes, I continue my struggles to pick up decent cards. It seems like when I do get playable hands, I keep getting 3-bet and have to fold. That is, until I'm dealt aces for the second time in the day. To be honest, even this isn't too big of a hand though. I open pre-flop, I get 2 callers, I c-bet, and take it down. Made it to second break. I've got 24,000 in chips. I think I won 4 hands at that level, so I won 3 pre-flop, and then I had the aces. feel pretty good about that level actually. Just I haven't really gotten anything to work with, and that's it. I don't know what else to say really. So going back into the third level of the day, blinds are going to be 500, 1,000. I think it's probably 200 antes. It's going to be a big level, so when you either double up probably or go home. It's now level 8. I've got about 25 big blinds. This is when things start to pick up. I get into some tough spots, but my decisions work out, and I take down this big pot, another decent one, and my stack goes from being on life support at the beginning of the level to being much healthier by dinner. Just made dinner break. Had a good level. Got it up to 68,000 from 25,000 to start the level. Played some interesting hands. Was in the button with ace-9 offsuit. Middle position player, good pro. I think he has like 1.6 million in tournament winnings. He opens to 2,200. I 3-bet to 6,000 and take it down. The next hand he opens again to 2,200. I have ace-10 offsuit, and this time I just call. Flop comes queen 7-4 with 2 hearts. I have the ace of hearts. He bets 2,200. I decide to call with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, and 1 over. The turn is an 8 of hearts. He checks. I bet 5,600. He folds. And then the biggest hand of the level, I get pocket 9s, under the gun +1. I open to 2,400. This woman, she's a pro too. She 3-bets to, I believe, 7,200. I make the call, and the flop comes 6-4-3 with 2 diamonds. She leads out for 4,500. I actually came, 6-4-3, 6-5-3, yeah. One of those, anyway, 6 low. And she leads out for 4,500. I raised to 10K. She calls. The turn is a deuce of spades. She checks, I check. River is a queen of clubs. She checks, I check. She has 7-6 of hearts, so I won that one. So that was a huge one. That got me to, I think, like 57,000. And then I just won several other hands after that, and it was just a really good level. Won a lot of key hands, and now I'm back in this thing, probably 3rd or 4th in chips at my table. A lot of other small stacks, but I'm in good shape now. We have a delicious meal on dinner break with a few buddies, then come back to level 9 with blinds at 600, 1,200, and 200 antes. The very first hand we're dealt is 7-5 of hearts in the big blind. The player in middle position raises to 2,700. The cutoff calls. She was my nemesis in the pocket 9s hand when she 3-bet me with 7-6 of hearts. Anyway, we're getting a great price. We call as well. The flop comes out. It's 10-7-6 rainbow with 1 heart. I check. The initial pre-flop raiser checks. Now the cutoff bets 5,200. I could fold, but we've got middle pair and there are plenty of turn cards that could help us out. Plus, we may have the best hand. I make the call, the pre-flop raiser folds. Now remember those turn cards I was talking about that I said could help us out? Well, we drill one of them. The turn is another 7, giving us trips. I check. This time our opponent bets 8,200. Never folding, I call. The river comes out, it's an ace. I check. The opponent fires 25,200. I don't love my hand nearly as much anymore. The hands she's realistically representing are hands like ace-10, pocket 6s, pocket 10s, maybe some other boats or trips. She can also have some busted draws. Perhaps she's thinking that we both have a 10, giving us each 2 pair with an ace kicker, and she wants to get me to fold a chop. My hand is well concealed and also under-repped to this point, so I can't fold. I call. She turns over pocket 10s for 10s full of 7s.
My stack is now decimated and once again back down to 25,000. A few orbits later, we get pocket nines in the cutoff. We've got about 20 big blinds and open to 4,000. A woman in the small blind announces a raise to 8,600. The big blind folds. It's back on me. With Annie's blinds and bets, the pot is almost 18,000 at this point. No way I can fold for 4,600 more. There aren't going to be a whole lot of flops I like though, and I'll be left with about a 2/3 pot size bet if I just flat. Instead, I risk my tournament life and go all in, figuring that I'll be flipping often enough, or she may even fold to a 4-bet shove. I'm praying that I don't get snap called. Luckily, she goes into the tank. I'm feeling pretty good now, but still would prefer a fold just so I can take down the pot without a fight. A minute and a half later, she makes the call. I'm nervous to see what she's calling with, and I couldn't be happier to find out that she has pocket eights. We're in great shape, but we've got our 10K tournament buy-in on the line. Let's see what happens. The flop runs out clean, and we take down a pot of over 50,000. We're right back in this thing. Take a snapshot in your mind of these chips here. We're feeling pretty good with all that life pumped right back into us. The very next hand, we're dealt ace-queen offsuit. The short stack on our right opens to 3K. I 3-bet to 8K. It folds back to him. He rips it in there for 24K total. I go deep into the tank. Ultimately, I can't fold. I make the call. He turns over pocket tens. We're off to the races. The flop comes out king, queen, nine. Woo, woo, woo. We're in the lead. The turn, however, is a jack, giving him a straight and putting a dagger in my heart. Wah, wah, wah. We're drawing dead to 2 outs. We can't hit either of them. The river is a deuce. We lose. Remember when I said to take a snapshot of the chips we had? Well, that's because half of them just disappeared one hand later. Back to a 20 big blind stack. That was fun while it lasted though. A few hands later, we're dealt pocket threes in the big blind. The player under the gun opens to 3,000. 2 players call. I'm getting a great price to come along. I also call. Now let's all watch together as the flop comes out. The dealer puts out ace 7-3. Now some might say that this flop is... Come on guys, I know you know the word I'm thinking of. That's right, good. The flop is good. We've got bottom set with 3 other opponents behind us. I check, the initial pre-flop raiser checks, and so does the first caller. The last player doesn't let me down though. He bets 4,500. I make the call while the other 2 players fold. The turn is a 10. I've only got around 19,000 left. I don't want to check and let my opponent check back for pot control. I lead out for 5,000. I chose this amount because I don't think the opponent can ever fold an ace. He may take a small bet as a sign of weakness and come over the top. If he does just call, my stack is set up nicely for a river jam of less than half the pot. The player does flat, the river comes out, it's a jack. I shove for 14,200. He snap calls, I turn over the hand. He's disappointed to see that I've got a set. He has ace jack and it's no good. I take down a huge pot and more than double up. My stack is now over 60,000 again. Not long after, I pick up cowboys in middle position. I open to 3,000. The button calls and the big blind calls as well. We go 3 ways to the flop and it comes 10-5 deuce with 2 spades. The big blind checks. I bet 5,500. The button calls. He's a rec player who I've noticed doesn't like to fold. The big blind lets his hand go. Now we're heads up. The turn is the 8 of hearts. I bet 11,000. The button calls again, leaving himself with only 18,000. The river is a great card. It's another 5. I bet all of it and have the opponent covered. He tanks for a long time, then finally folds. We win another big hand and get our stack to 90,000. I win a few more hands after that to get the stack up to 95,000 before the level ends.
Last break of the night, that was by far the craziest level of the whole tournament. I was down to 25K, then I doubled up with 9s versus 8s. Then the very next hand, I double up the guy to my right. He had pocket 10s, I had ace queen. The flop came king, queen, 9, and then the turn was a jack. So he doubled up through me, and then a few hands later, I flopped my only set of the day that I flopped, or the only set of the day that I've hit, pocket threes, and then I double up. Then I just ran well after that. Feeling good going into the last level. Really excited. I've got 95K, which is pretty incredible, given that I was down to 25K several times today. I'll be really happy if I can just make it to day 3.
It's now level 10, and I make a big move during this level to significantly increase my stack right before ending the night and bagging up. I'll give you the details of that hand in just a second.
Just bagged 122,700. Put on a big bluff that last level.
Oh, the guy who vlogged busting us in the tag team.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. That one's not coming up for a while. I have so much stuff I have to do, but that one will come up at some point, I think. Anyway, all right, man. See ya. Whew, all right. Big last level. I had about 88,000 in chips. Middle position. He opened up to I think 3,500, and I was directly on his left in middle position. I raised it up to 8,500. Folds back around to him. He calls. I've got ace jack offsuit. No spade. That's important. The flop comes 10-6-6, 2 spades. He leads out for 11,000. I raise to 23,000, and he makes the call. Turn is a 9 of hearts. He's got the biggest stack, or second biggest stack at the table. We started with like 200,000 or something. And so 9 of hearts comes on the turn. He checks. I've got about 60,000 left, and seems like a pretty good time to shove. So get it all in there. He folds a 10 face up. Glad we got that one through. Chip stack got up to 130,000 at the high point, and then I bagged 122,000. Going into day 3 tomorrow, really excited. I was taking it one day at a time, just wanted to at least get to the day where I have an opportunity to cash. And who knows what will happen, but the dream is still alive.
That's it for the episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. I just want to thank everybody who's been watching the episode since the beginning. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm going to have the main event, day 3, out shortly, probably within the next 2 or 3 days. I want to get it out before I head over to Stone's Casino for the vlogger game that's going to be live streamed on Twitch. I'm probably also going to be putting out some t-shirts soon, so maybe in the comment section you can let me know what you think some good t-shirt ideas would be. I guess that's it for me. Hope you're all doing well, and good luck at the tables. I'll see you guys next time.